So I have to warn you, as much as I love stories and storytelling, there is one story you should never tell. It is the story that makes you cry when you tell it. Now, I'm not saying you shouldn't tell an emotional story. You absolutely should. But there is a common misconception that if you, a presenter, get emotional during a story, you get weepy or shed a tear or two, it means you did something right. When the truth is, you couldn't go more wrong. Let me explain, all right? First, why do you tell an emotional story in the first place? Is it because it makes you feel something? No. The reason you tell an emotional story, or any story for that matter, is for the audience to benefit. It's always about the audience, so they can feel the emotion, so they can take the journey that leads them to the lesson you want to teach. It is a very good thing, okay? It's a very good thing if your audience cries, okay? But if you start crying, you've ruined it. You ruin their journey because they're no longer thinking about the journey. They're thinking about you. They're wondering if you're okay, trying to support you through your struggle instead of learning from your struggle themselves. With that very first tear, you turn your story from important message into therapy session, and you're the patient on the couch instead of the leader in front of the room. I can't stress this enough. Crying in front of an audience shows a lack of control and is simply irresponsible. Got that? Clearly, you can tell I feel strongly about that. Now, okay, let's talk about how you can hold back your tears and tell an emotional story without breaking down, because you've got to be able to do this. And really, there's only one solution. That is repetition. You have to tell that story many, many times without an audience to be sure you can make it through when it really counts. Say it out loud in the car. Say it out loud in front of the mirror. Tell that story out loud in the shower and tell it again before you go to sleep at night. Then, once you've said it to yourself many, many times, tell it to a friend. Tell it to a group of friends. Call your mom and tell it to her on the phone. Then and only then, try it in a small group that is similar to the audience you'll deliver the final product for, but let them know that they are still a test group. This repetition is much like sandpaper on a ragged piece of wood. The telling and retelling will desensitize you just enough so that when you get in front of that group of people, you don't catch yourself and start crying on a splinter. Does that make sense? Now, once you've told your story, your emotional story, to a variety of test groups and are able to make it all the way through to the end without breaking down, congratulations, your story is finally ready. And those who hear it will be better for it. Now, one last thing before I leave you. If, even after all of this telling and retelling, you happen to find yourself in the middle of a story and you're starting to get emotional or choked up, here's your emergency action plan. First, stop. Don't say another word, all right? Then take a deep breath. Look down at the ground, look up at the ceiling, and remind yourself who this story is really for. It is for them. It is not for you. You have already mastered this story. You have already mastered these emotions. You've already learned these lessons, which is why you need your listeners they need you to get all the way to the end so they can learn from you. I believe our best stories are the ones that are the most difficult to tell. But until you can tell them without shedding a tear, the story has to wait. The one story you should never tell in a formal setting is one that makes you cry, no matter what any other experts will tell you. So get out those Kleenexes, tell the story over and over and over again, cry your eyes out, tell it until it's all cried out in the privacy of your own home, and I'll look forward to hearing it when it's ready. All right? Okay, I hope that helps. I will see you next time.